No, but I'm delighted. Thank you very much for inviting us along to this ceremony. All of this really began back in June last year when we had a visit to Montserrat. First visit we've had for many, many years, actually, by a British Defence Minister, Mark Lancaster. He was only able to come briefly, but he came out as part of a sort of warming up and sort of support visit for the hurricane season. So it was right at the start of last year's hurricane season. And I'm a bit of a wizened old dinosaur of the diplomatic circuit, as is very evident to anyone who knows me. So I've been around a few visits, but this was one of the first visits I've seen where we had a minister singing, literally singing in the car. Those who don't know Dennis there, he looks like a sort of hardened driver. But actually, he takes all those clothes off, jumps into a red sequin suit, and then he's a fantastic calypso singer, and he was the island's calypso king, I think. Near second to king. What's the second to a king? He's a big singer anyway. He's a very good singer, very catchy tunes, and we had our minister singing and had a really happy visit. And what was particularly striking was the extent to which he was really impressed with Montserrat. He really liked it here a lot, but he was especially impressed with the Royal Montserrat Defence Force. I actually saw him come close to shedding a tear at the cenotaph when he was inspecting the Guard of Honour there and the veterans. He was very moved indeed. And when he got into the car afterwards with some very senior British military officers, he said, right, we're going to help these guys. It has to be said they were in a slightly higgledy-piggledy set of uniforms because you don't have the best uniforms, so they were a bit of a mix of colours. And he said, first thing, we're going to get some new kit for these people, and then we want to strengthen the relationship, and can we consult the Irish Guards, who have traditionally had a strong relationship here. So on the practical side, I know we've got a box of uniforms somewhere here, and I'll be delighted to sort of hand over a symbolic uniform in a moment. And he was absolutely true to his word, and the British Army were fantastically quick, as they always are, and true to their word, and gave those uniforms to us in a very generous spirit very quickly. They're also true to their word on exercises and courses, training. A huge increase in the number of offers of courses in Belize. I think we have a chap in Sandhurst right now, yes. A 3-month course in Sandhurst. We almost had an specialised infantry training course. I would have really fancied that, but we didn't quite have time to set that up. So all that was really excellent. But most important of all is friendship. Practical things are great, support is great, but there's that intangible thing, friendship between peoples, friendship between organisations. And it's so evident, the friendship between Irish Guards, colleagues, and the British military as a whole, but particularly the Irish Guards coming out like this. And we really feel it here on this island. I can feel it even though I'm a guest here, but Montserratians I know feel it, and I know Major Ryan and his team feel it. So we're very, very grateful. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, Major Niall, isn't it? And colleagues here really appreciate you, your generosity of spirit. So on that note, shall I try and hand over this thing without dropping it? This is a general purpose British Army uniform, is it?
Absolutely, yes.
Infantry uniform?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Major Ryan, I can't really shake your hands at the same time as handing it because I'll drop it, but thank you very much indeed, and I hope it fits you and serves you well.
Thank you, H.E., and I would also like to thank the members of your staff as well for assisting with the logistics to getting the uniforms here. As you mentioned before, the Honourable Minister for the Armed Forces, Honourable Mark Lancaster, he said to me personally that we, on his visit here, that we are British troops in our own right, and it's only right that we look the same. And especially when we are afforded all these training opportunities recently, it all augurs well for us, looking the same, working as a team. These uniforms will be worn for the first time this Sunday, the 3rd, where it is customary, because we are actually on a break right now. It's customary to start back the new year with a church service. So these uniforms will be worn to that church service to start our new year. So not only uniforms will be blessed, the persons that are wearing them will be blessed. as well. And these uniforms are quite timely in terms of the rekindling of the relationship with the Irish Guards. And as I mentioned, this will help us to, as they are camouflage, help us to blend in, so to speak. So H.E., thank you. We will certainly send an official letter to the minister. We had already indicated to his people that the uniforms are here and they have arrived safely. Now that we had the proper handover now, we'll correspond with him in short order to thank him officially. So, thank you.
Your Excellency, Major Alvin, colleagues and friends, thank you very much for receiving us in Montserrat. And really on behalf of the whole of the Irish Guards, we'd just like to say how proud we are of our bond of friendship with the Royal Montserrat Defence Force, and delighted to be here to rekindle that, and hope that we can continue to work together in the years ahead, both here and in the UK. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you.